Welcome back. In the last class, we started our new chapter, Force. What we learned in it? Yes, force and different types of force. Today we are going to learn about frictional force, which is an example for contact force. Look at this. What you had observed now? Yes, this ball moves and after a while it stops. Who stops its motion? Was anyone touching them? No, right? There was some force act on it. We have already learned that a force is needed to bring a body from state of rest to motion and motion to rest. Here also the same thing happens. The force acting to stop the motion of the ball is frictional force. Frictional force is the force which opposes the relative motion between the surfaces in contact. Then, what causes friction? Let us check. Suppose a book is placed on a table. While it is placed on the table, a contact is made between the surface of book and the table. When we look this under a microscope, we can clearly see the mounts and pits on their surfaces. When these two surfaces are in contact with each other, they get interlocked. Then we try to move a body by applying a force parallel to their surfaces and opposing force is experienced. This causes friction. And this force is frictional force. Is the opposing force experienced in all contact bodies are same? To find the answer for this question, you need to know the two types of friction. Look at these two pictures. Which of these methods is easy in moving objects? By dragging or by rolling? Yes, rolling is easier than dragging, isn't it? When a body rolls over the surface of another body, the force of friction which originates is rolling friction. And when a body slides on the surface of another body, the force of friction which originates is sliding friction. In the first picture, rolling friction is experienced, and in the second picture, sliding friction is experienced. Always remember, rolling friction is less than sliding friction. Let's look at a few situations where the rolling friction is used. First one, wheels are used in vehicles to reduce friction. Second one, wheels are fixed to suitcase and other heavy boxes. Third one, ball bearings and roller bearings are used between the machine parts. And the fourth one, to move huge log, we are rolled instead of dragging them. Friction is used in many situations in our daily life. Friction enables us to walk without slipping. It is because of the friction between the foot and the ground prevent us from slipping. Second one, friction helps us to hold objects. If there is no friction, the object would have slipped from our hands. Third one, lighting a matchstick by rubbing. And the fourth one, nails and screws join the surfaces due to friction. In fact, life becomes impossible if there is no friction in nature. Like this, friction has so many disadvantages. First one, friction produces heat in various parts of machines. In this way, some useful energy is wasted as heat energy. Second one, friction causes wear and tear of machines. And the third one, friction causes wearing out of tires. Now you have understood there are so many advantages and disadvantages of friction. What are the different methods to reduce friction? Let's examine. Observe the pictures given here. Their shape has a general character, isn't it? That they are designed in a particular shape. This shape can reduce the friction due to air, water, or both when they move forward. Designing the shape of objects so as to reduce friction is streamlining. We applied oil to the pulley used to draw water from a well, and oil or grease being applied in the moving parts of vehicles. What is the advantages of doing so? Yes, this is done to facilitate the movement of that part more easily, isn't it? Such materials which are used to reduce friction are called lubricants. Oil, grease, graphite are used as lubricant. A thin layer formed between the surface which helps to minimize friction, that it reduces friction. The movement of that parts becomes so easily. Examples for lubricants: coconut oil, grease and graphite. Among these, graphite is a solid lubricant. To reduce friction between the surfaces of contact of moving parts of machines, we used bearings. Here, the principle that rolling friction is less than sliding friction is made use. And the last method to reduce friction is by polishing the surface. If the surfaces where the two objects are in contact are polished or smooth, then the motion of the body becomes very easily. So the last method to reduce friction is polishing the surface. So now we have discussed about how to reduce friction. What are the methods we adopted to reduce friction? Yes. The first one is streamlining. The second one, use lubricants. Third one, use bearings. And the fourth one, polishing the surfaces in contact. So students, today we have discussed about frictional force, what causes friction, advantages and disadvantages of friction, and how to reduce friction. Now it's your turn. Find out more situations where friction is beneficial and non-beneficial to our life. This is an important topic in this chapter, so study well. Thank you.